Manchester United is doing something smart, something proactive, something future-proof. The club is now pushing to sign a 20-year-old centre-back whom scouts are calling one of the best young defenders in the world. A kid who can play as a left centre-back and as the central defender in a back three, and someone Rúben Amorim's system is literally built to showcase. Today, we're talking about Jérémy Jacquet, who he is, why United are interested, what he brings, how he fits into Amorim's structure, and why this might actually be one of the most logical signings of the INEOS era. Let's get into it. Ligue 1 has been producing elite centre-backs at a ridiculous rate for the last decade. Saliba, Fofana, Disasi, Badiashile, Todibo, Lukeba. France has become the finishing school for modern defenders, and the next name to come out of that conveyor belt is Jérémy Jacquet. At 6'2", 79 kilos, he's physically built for the Premier League. But it's his temperament and intelligence that have stood out. Ren threw him into the starting 11 last season, and he hasn't just survived, he's excelled. Scouts from Man United were sent to watch him repeatedly, and according to Caught Offside, the reports that came back were glowing. Mature beyond his age, dominant in the air, smart positional play, composed distribution, and comfortable stepping out with the ball. This is not a raw kid. This is a 20-year-old playing like a seasoned pro. He played every minute for Rennes this season. He's already partnered Len Euro with the France under-21s, and Rennes fully expect him to leave. They're resigned to it. The price is 30 to 40 million euros. In today's market, that's nothing for an elite defensive talent. But the exciting part is how he actually fits what Amorim wants his defenders to do. And trust me, this is where things get interesting. To understand why Jacquet is on the list, you have to understand what Amorim demands from his centre-backs. This isn't a traditional back three. These aren't just set defenders. The system is built around the centre-backs. Let's break down the two roles Jacquet could play at Man United. The central centre-back. This is the role that Harry Maguire currently plays, and it's the role Matthias de Ligt is expected to take long term. The central centre-back in Amorim's system is the organizer. In possession, he can drop between the wide centre-backs, step into the midfield to form a pivot with the DM, or form a back three with the goalkeeper acting like a defender. When he plays into midfield, he often receives with his back to goal. Not easy for a centre-back at 20 years old, and he either plays quick wall passes or turns and carries, or fires direct balls into the forwards. Amorim wants a defender who can be cautious when deep, but extremely aggressive when high. Someone who can switch out to wing-backs, play long diagonals, break lines or recycle possession. This is why the club are excited by Jacquet. He already does this for Rennes, and he's comfortably used as a step-out defender. The left centre-back. This is the role Lisandro Martinez and Eden Heaven will occupy, but Amorim's system loves having multiple wide centre-back options. The wide centre-back must carry up the flank, support wide triangles, combine with the wing-back, hit crisp passes down the channel, occasionally switch up play to the opposite side, provide width during build-up, and progress play around the opponent's block. Most of United's attack will start down the flanks, and the left centre-back is a big part of that. This interesting bit, Amorim doesn't care about footedness. Ten Hag was obsessed with same side, same foot. Amorim uses inverted wide centre-backs at times. That means a right footer like Jacquet could play left centre-back, offering inside passing triangles like Diomande at Sporting. So already you can see the logic. He ticks boxes for two roles, not one. But let's go deeper. Let's talk football. What does Jacquet actually do well? Aerial dominance. He's one of the best aerial defenders in Ligue 1 already. United have struggled with defensive set pieces for years, and this helps fix that. Defensive positioning. His anticipation is elite for his age. He reads danger early, steps out decisively, and rarely gets dragged out. In Amorim's system, where defenders defend huge spaces, this is crucial. Ball carrying. He's confident driving in a midfield, especially on the left side. This helps United beat a high press, come at opposition midfielders, and create overloads on the flank. Passing range. Jacquet has vertical diagonals into midfield, diagonal passes to wing-backs, line breakers from deep, and long switches from high up the pitch. This is exactly what Amorim wants in both wide centre-backs and in the centre-back role. High dual involvement. He's not passive, he engages. He defends in the front foot. He competes in volume, something you must do in a back three. And composure under pressure. This is a trait that makes him special. He never looks rushed, never looks chaotic. You can coach passing, you can coach positioning, but you cannot coach temperament. Even the best projects have weaknesses, and Jacquet has a few. Occasionally, he's slow to release under pressure. Sometimes he can take an extra touch when pressed aggressively, but this is normal for young defenders, especially those asked to play out. He's not an elite ball carrier yet. He carries well, but not at Martinez levels. He's more controlled and explosive, which is fine for the centre-back role. Decision making in the final third. When he gets high up the pitch, his passing becomes a little erratic. Not a major issue, he won't be in those areas as much at United. Still developing his weaker foot. As an inverted centre-back, that's a big upside, but also growing pains. The important thing is none of these weaknesses clash with Amorim's demands, and if anything, the system masks his weaknesses and amplifies his strengths. Now let's talk transfers. United have already sent scouts multiple times. The feedback has been overwhelmingly positive. Court Offside confirmed that United are determined. They see Jacquet as Maguire's long-term replacement. They rate him as one of the best centre-backs in the world. They then expect to sell 30 to 40 million gets it done. Arsenal like him but have too many centre-backs. Chelsea, Spurs, Palace are all watching. Leipzig are lurking, which tells you how good he is. But here's why United have a real chance. He'll get minutes under Amorim, he fits the system, he can play two roles, he sees a pathway to becoming a starter, and United can pay the fee easily. Imagine a backline of De Ligt, Euro, and Jacquet or Martinez or a heaven. That's a decade of elite defending. Athletic, modern and technical, and for once United would be ahead of the curve, not reacting after the fact. So should United sign Jérémy Jacquet? If you're building a long-term, modern, possession-based, flexible football team under Rúben Amorim, the answer is absolutely yes. He's 20, he's composed, he fits two roles and he's already playing like a senior pro. And he solves a future problem before it becomes an emergency. INEOS wants smarter recruitment, and this would be exactly that. Let me know in the comments, would you take Jacquet at United and who should partner his long-term? Martinez, Heaven or De Ligt?